¿Cómo pasó la primera vez? Porque quiero escuchar, a ver.
La primera vez que era un sábado, ¿verdad?
Sí, era un sábado.
El primer sábado y pues sí, pues a ver, y nos empezó a llegar órdenes desde la semana y ese sábado, como fue el primer sábado, pues uno no sabe qué va a pasar o what's gonna happen, you know? So, agarramos las órdenes y ¿cuántas eran? Como unas 40, algo así, ¿verdad?
40, sí.
40
muchos,
órdenes.
Sí, muchos aguachiles, langostinos, todo. Todo lo que teníamos en el menú, estaban ordenando.
Sí. Y pues sí, pues lentamos, eran muchas charolas grandes y todo. Sí. Nomás que como pues fue la primera vez y de tanto para arriba para abajo, frustrating. Sí, se nos hizo poquitas horas, un poquito tarde, pero segura, sí.
Sí, y toda la gente que fue ese día, yo pienso que les gustó mucho.
Sí, imagino que sí, porque pues corrió la voz.
Corrió la voz
y por eso ya estamos en este lugar con todos los followers y...
Sí, no, pues fíjate, 300 followers y luego también all together son 900 followers.
Yeah.
It's crazy, you know. Más aparte gente que no tiene Facebook o familias que no se meten a eso. Pues está muy bien, guys. Está muy bien. Okay, entonces, ¿quién cocina? ¿Quién vamos a ver? ¿Quién cocina? ¿Quién es el que tiene el sabor, el sazón?
El sazón, pues va a ser acá como empezó con el sazón, sí. Pero pues, para cocinar, pues todos ahí agarramos. Primero empezamos, cada quien tenía su cosa para
cortar la vegetables y todo eso.
Sí, pero ya como va corriendo el tiempo, pues cuando unos fines de semana que él no pueda, pues ya yo y mi esposa
estamos y es entonces en familia, ¿verdad?
Sí.
No tienen otros empleados, no, es puro familia nomás.
Pura familia nomás.
Yeah. Man, that's incredible, you know, porque pues así se empieza, ¿verdad? Un business así se empieza de pequeño y de repente, pues crece. Entonces tenemos aquí, iba a tener fotos, pero no me están saliendo. ¿Con quién sale con los nombres? Porque aquí tengo que dice un divorciado. ¿Is that like a common thing? Divorciado.
Un divorciado
¿Eso qué es?
Lo que es el divorciado, porque pues mucha gente tiene diferente gusto, como... Vamos a decir, a ti te puede gustar el ceviche y a tu esposa le puede gustar, los aguachiles.
Yeah.
So, para no tener que, si alguien no quiere ordenar, quiere una buena porción, lo que viene siendo divorciado viene siendo los dos.
Okay.
Pero en una charola a la mitad, you know. So, viene para agarrar el divorciado, porque pues ya ves, las parejas no les gustan lo mismo. y pues por eso, pues cada quien tiene su mitad.
Pero ¿quién sabe con el nombre, divorciado?
Pues que a veces cuando estamos en la casa ahí agarrando nuevas ideas, pues ahí estamos entre todos.
Salimos con nombres, nos metemos
Sí, porque tienes el divorciado, la cerveza que tiene la miche tóxica. I like that one. I haven't tried it. No lo he tratado, pero salió ahí. También tomaron fotos. La quita cruda. ¿Esa qué es? Quita cruda.
Quita cruda es un mixto de puro mariscos, pero está like real hot.
Yeah.
So it's real spicy.
Real spicy.
Yeah.
Contiene.
So if you got a hangover, that clean you out real quick.
It has a mix of shrimp, of ¿qué más?
Like octopus, mussels.
Todo eso.
Yeah, everything on it.
¿Sabes lo que me gusta? La torre.
La torre.
¿Sabes por qué? Es que como que tiene todo ahí, y si no sabes de pues lo que ustedes venden, te compras la torre y pruebas poquito de poquito, ¿me entiendes? Eso es lo que me gusta de eso.
Y fíjate que yo la torre la vendía, nunca la he probado.
¿No la has probado? Miren.
No he probado.
Pues hay que comprarte una torre. Bro, Comadre.
No, y pues fíjate que uno pues cuando... Pues sí, a veces que hacemos de más, pues ahí comemos, pero ya pues agarras un punto ya que...
Sí.
Que a veces ya estamos haciendo mucho marisco y que estamos, ¿qué vamos a comer ahora?
Porque... Sí, no, ya no nomás lo que sobra de lo que hacemos, ya eso, aunque sea poquito, pero pues nos quitamos el
hambre.
El hambre se le quita. ¿Y cuál es la comida más popular que se vende?
La más popular ahorita son...
Y fíjate que...
Primero empezó con
etapas.
Etapas de langostinos, cora, y luego the next weekend es like ceviches, and the next weekend is aguachiles.
Y una semana de puro oysters, y a veces que puras empanadas, y no, pues
I guess people just wake up with different type of like
antojos.
Sí, sí. Sí, porque a veces mucha gente pues pide los aguachiles y tienen diferentes aguachiles. Y yo he tratado todos, except for...
El amarillo,
El amarillo. Pues es que siempre salen con unas cosas que I'm like, when did this happen? Porque yo probé nomás las primeras veces que ustedes hicieron, ¿entienden?
Yeah, okay.
Pero luego sacaron más cosas.
Pues sí,
siempre están sacando más cosas. Pues, claro, ¿verdad? ¿Cuál es el que han sacado ahorita apenas?
Los últimos que sacamos fue el Anthrax y...
El Anthrax. Háblame de ese Anthrax. ¿Qué es eso? Anthrax.
El Anthrax
viene siendo como... Hay gente... Porque pues saben que el aguachile viene siendo el camarón cocido en limón, pues,
sí,
¿no?
Sí.
Y pues mucha gente le gusta los mariscos, pero no tan a pasión que como que se quedan, yo quisiera algo más cooked or something. Y ya viene siendo mucha gente les gusta más el ceviche que los aguachiles, you know?
Sí.
So que mejor incorporate the taste de un aguachile a un ceviche. So lo que viene siendo como el Anthrax y Malverde
sí.
Viene siendo los chiles que se usa uno para los aguachiles, pero en ceviche.
It's not mostly about the pricing differences, but it's about the customer service, I'm assuming.
Yes.
Right?
So again, I'm a salesman through and through. I mean, I'm not going to say I'm expensive because that's not the way you should say things, but
right.
My prices are good. My quality is great, and that's the most important part.
Yeah.
And I always take care of my customers. If anybody ever comes back with an issue, I do my best to make sure I take care of them, I try to go above beyond, and just the same concept that I've learned in AT&T, When I worked at AT&T, they used to always tell me, run this shop like if it were your own business. So that's what I did, and I'm taking the same exact ideas. It's funny because my brother tells me, he's like, dude, you're doing everything that you did in AT&T, but over here now, like, yeah. Because it's the same concept.
Exactly. I mean, you should do that all the time,
Yeah.
Especially you have your baby right here.
Yep.
This is your baby, bro.
Yep, this is my baby.
So, like I said in the beginning, you break into cell phones. I didn't try to say like you break into cell phones, but I see a lot of pictures.
I don't hack into cell phones.
Yeah, he doesn't do that. Okay, guys, let me clarify on that.
I don't go into people's phones or anything like that. I don't do that.
I wanted to ask you because I see a lot of pictures you post and stuff like that. What does that mean though? Like if phones are locked, like if other people are bringing them from another company, is that what it is?
Yeah, so we carrier unlock phones. So carriers tend to lock their phones, so they don't use them with other carriers.
With the other carriers.
So we get those unlocked. Like a lot of Sprint and Boost Mobile customers always have difficulty getting those unlocked. Customer service with them. It's horrible. I mean, that's
y para eso, something like that, does it cost a lot to just bring
it depends on the model. It depends on the season too. Because sometimes the unlock process isn't working. Servers go down, things like that. We have to change methods or different ways.
So there's a method to all this.
Yes,
it's not just put in a number that you
I have people
specifically know.
come and tell me like, oh, can you teach me how to do this? I'm like, I can't because things change all the time. Phones come out every 6 months, so there's always updates, and Apple's trying to do things, and obviously Apple's trying to take the repair competition away. They're always telling customers that they can't do this, they can't do that it's impossible. When in reality, it is possible.
Yeah. So it's better to come to this kind of businesses instead of just going to the main, like Apple or
Personally,
Samsung.
I mean, if I were a consumer, I would go honestly to a repair shop like this. One, you don't have to wait. You're gonna end up waiting just so you can get turned around at the end of the day. Apple's thing is sell. They don't want you to repair your old 3-4-year-old phone. They want you to buy the latest one that they have. So of course, that's why they turn around when they see like little things that like, oh, we can't fix it because of this or that. They basically tell you just go back home, they don't tell you go back home. They're like, here, buy this.
Look at I'm telling you,
it happens a lot with MacBooks. I mean, you'd think like they should definitely have an extensive repair system, and they don't. Because MacBooks, I mean, they're not cheap whatsoever. You're spending $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 on these type of devices. Now with the phones, we're up there too. We went from $500-$600 phones to now $1,000, $1,300, $1,400. I mean, it's ridiculous. Yeah. So like, just tell somebody like, oh no, you can't fix it because of just some dumb reason is ridiculous.
Yeah. I'm sorry to cut you off again. Is it better to buy a refurbished phone? Or is it better just to like...
Well, we sell refurbished phones. I used to buy new phones myself all the time.
Yeah.
But then I got into your habit of buying used phones too because I'm just like, what's the point?
Porque para mí, like, refurbished means like somebody used it and they returned it for something else better than, you know, because something is wrong with this phone. That's
so
for me,
there's
right?
two different things. So there's pre-owned and then there's refurbished. So pre-owned is that's what you're talking about.
Oh.
You know? A refurbished phone would be like a phone that someone, let's say I bought and I fixed it and then I resold it.
Yeah.
So if there was a cracked screen on it and I fixed it, then that's now a refurbished phone. But like we offer warranty on the phones here. We offer a 30-day warranty on any defects. So if we ever saw any pre-owned or refurbished phones, most of our customers that buy phones from, they never complain. They'll usually give us compliments and they come back and they buy more. We have a lot of customers that actually buy them, take them to different countries, Mexico, you know, Colombia, whatever.
Yeah.
So.
Mira. Hasta Colombia se los llevan. Crazy.
Everywhere. India too. I used to have I still do sort of business with him, but I have a customer a client that buys like 5-6 phones from me at a time, and I would ship them to India for him and stuff. So it's just cheaper for them out here because I guess out there they're just more expensive. They're overpriced. So,
yeah. They just want to make money over there too. Besides phones and laptops, you also do PCs and game systems.
Yeah, so we
that's crazy.
We started doing game systems last year. Laptops about 2 years ago, and computers and all that.
Yeah.
I should have done the laptops and computers sooner because I used to mess around with that when I was younger, but again, it was more of the practice.
Tú luchaste mucho cuando viniste aquí, ¿verdad? A los Estados Unidos, viniste a los 15 años. Tú querías estudiar, porque también yo pienso, pues ahorita me está diciendo tu padre, te está diciendo, estudia, mijo, estudia. Y viniste aquí a los Estados Unidos y tú querías ir a la escuela, right?
Uh-huh.
Tu hermano te dijo otra cosa. ¿Qué te dijo tu
hermano? Sí, pues mira, pues la mayoría de las personas cuando venimos de México o de cualquier otra parte, vienes aquí, pues la mayor parte del tiempo buscando un mejor porvenir, pensando que el trabajo te lo va a dar. Right? Sí. Cuando yo le dije aquí a mi hermano, llegué unos meses después de haber llegado aquí, me decían, oye, tienes 15 años, ¿por qué mejor no vas a la escuela? Y pues yo le decía, pues sí, me gustaría, pero ¿qué tengo que hacer? Le pregunté a mi hermano, porque me vine acá con mi hermano. Y dije, oye, brother, quiero ir a la escuela. Me dicen que por acá hay escuelas. Y pues él me dijo, mira, brother, pues la verdad, no tengo tiempo de llevarte. Tengo 2 trabajos. Y aquí aparte no vinimos a estudiar, vinimos a trabajar.
Sí.
Right? Y pues a los 15 años no te queda de otra más que a veces simplemente agachar la cabeza o agachar la mirada y pues hacer.
Yo pienso que también fue así porque pues era nuevo, no sabías a nadie, ¿verdad? No tenías amigos. Yo pienso que cuando llegaste nada más era tu familia, él y pues lo que te decía, dices, ok, bro.
Ahí es. Llegué a trabajar a las fábricas donde ellos trabajaban. Okay. Right? Bueno, no donde mi hermano trabajaba, pero sino otras personas de ahí donde vivíamos. Ahí llegué a trabajar. Right? Que me arrepentí después.
Las fábricas para mí, bro. Toda esa gente que trabaja en las fábricas.
Mi respeto.
I can't do that.
Mi respeto. Me toca trabajar a las 5 de la mañana. Alright, bueno, a ver, nunca me había despertado antes de las 7 de la mañana. Llegar aquí a despertar de las 4 para poder pasar por ti a las 4:15, 4:30 y llegar al trabajo a las 5. Y a veces eran largas horas, 12 horas de trabajo.
Sí, dice, te puedes quedar. Y tú diciendo, pues necesito dinero, pues me quedo. Y sales hasta las 12 y otra vez lo mismo.
Sí, y aquí pues llegamos pues prácticamente solamente con lo que traemos puestos y todavía con una deuda encima, así es que...
Exactamente.
Pero bueno, eso es otra historia.
Es otra historia, ahorita a lo mejor la cantamos, ¿verdad? Pero mira, fíjate, lo bueno es que fuiste a la high school. Fuiste a la high school y acabaste en 2 años y medio. Porque tú ya tenías que tus 17, 18 años y te dijeron que, hey, ya creo que a los 20, 21, ese es el corte de escolar, de la high school, ¿verdad?
Correcto. Sí, mira, yo después pues trabajé en múltiples fábricas. Trabajaba en una aquí, de hecho, aquí en la Mondeline, donde ya me tenían harto. Me culpaban de todo. Y si algo se caía, si algo se rompía, era Martín. Y cuando no sabías inglés, pues no te sabes pues defender a cierto punto, right? Yeah. Ya estaba un warning de que me corrieran. Y dije, no, un día también me harté. Dije, no, pues yo tengo que aprender inglés, y en ese tiempo, antes de ir a la high school, de hecho, yo empecé a ir a ESL classes. Sí. Pero pues era muy poco lo que se aprendía en el ESL. Y pues decidí comenzar a la high school. Tuve alguien que me ayudó a registrarme porque mis papás estaban en México.
Sí.
Y sí, me dijeron, pues sí puedes, pero una vez que cumplas los 21 no vas a poder seguir viniendo. O sea, tienes 2 años y medio, como lo acaba de comentar. Y pues me dijeron, ¿estás dispuesto? No, pues prácticamente pues, a reprobar ninguna clase y no puedes fallar.
Fíjate cuánto esfuerzo le echaste, ¿no? ¿Cuánto esfuerzo le echaste a estudiar y salir adelante? ¿Cuáles fueron tus metas para seguir adelante con esos estudios? Porque podías decir, ¿sabes qué? No lo voy a hacer. Porque también el idioma. El idioma y hacer las tareas, trabajar. Trabajaste también ahí, estudiaste y trabajaste y así estudios, bro. It's amazing. It's amazing. ¿Cuáles fueron las metas que dijiste? Lo voy a hacer porque lo voy a hacer.
Sí, yo creo que fue el hambre de que tenemos, creo que la mayoría de las personas, de querer ser alguien en esta vida, ¿verdad?
Sí.
De querer algo más. Fue el hambre. Fue el hambre de querer ser más, porque sí, como dices, tuve que trabajar. Después de ahí, trabajaba en McDonald's. Después de salir de la escuela, me tenía que ir a trabajar en las tardes. Tenía que trabajar las 35, 40 horas.
Wow.
Yendo a la high school. Por eso hoy en día cuando escucho por ahí personas que van a high school que trabajan 15 horas a la semana a veces, o que no quieren trabajo, o que no dicen que no tienen tiempo de hacer sus tareas.
Sí.
No es que no tengas tiempo, que no tengas ganas, es otra cosa, pero tiempo lo hay.
Yeah.
Sí, fue un poquito complicado. También, gracias a Dios, a veces cuando quieres algo, la vida, Dios, lo que tú quieras creer, te pone las personas adecuadas a tu alrededor para podértelo ayudar, right? En ese tiempo tuve una persona que me ayudó mucho. Se llama Jesús, se llama el Pelón. Right? Lo conocí.
Shout out to Pelón.
Sí, un gran saludo a Pelón. Conocí ahí donde trabajaba en las transmisiones y él me ayudó. Right? Me tomó prácticamente como su hermano pequeño, probablemente. Y cuando no había, pues a esa edad también pues salemos y eso, pues ahí me daba $20, $5. Me ayudó un poco. Sí. Para dar un poquito el extra, pero lo que era la renta, los biles y todo, pues sí tenía que salir de...
Pintas, you know.
Yeah, I do. That's what I do on the side besides pictures and video.
Right.
I do painting, drywall. I put floors, vinyl floors, or what they call the. ¿Cómo se le dicen?
Like
I forgot the name that they use normally for that kind of flooring. But I do flooring and other stuff. And like you said, the maintenance. All the maintenance stuff. So yeah, I've learned a lot from that place. I learned a lot.
Exactly. I think it's always good to go into something like that, like a maintenance kind of job, para aprender algo pues en tu casa, you know.
Well, when I worked with your dad, I still remember that he was actually the one that taught me a few things.
Yeah.
Excuse me. I remember when I taught him a few things, and he taught me a few things because I think that I was there for 1 year when your dad started working there, so I didn't know too much. And your dad also worked a little bit in construction.
Yes, he did.
So there was a few things that he taught me how to do that I still do right now. Actually, when I do painting, and when I put plaster, there's actually a few things that your dad taught me.
I do the same thing when I'm doing like a paint job or something or whatever it is. I remember you, and then I remember Joe. I remember Mark. Even my dad telling me, "Oh, do it like this, like this." So I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. So and I mean, from everything that people taught me, I made my own way to do things.
Exactly.
So, and that's how everybody is, I'm sure that you do things different now than how you used to do.
I mean, I'm not doing a lot of maintenance right now, right? Because I'm only working at theater, pero a veces sí me pasa que, pues, like closet doors, right? A veces que, like little llantitas que se caen, I'm like, oh, I know how to fix that, It's simple things like that. You don't need to wait for somebody to fix it y que te cobren. Porque pues ya lo sabes hacer, ya sabes cómo investigar qué partes son y pues vas a la Home Depot and you grab this stuff.
Yeah, you have no idea how much money I saved thanks to that.
Yes.
In the house that I have to fix an AC. fix anything that is electrical in the house. I can fix it.
I still don't know electrical.
I don't know too much either.
Oh, okay.
No. I'm not saying that I'm a professional with electricity either, but the basic.
Yeah.
Anything that is basic in the house, that's what it is. Everything in the house is basic.
Yes. Yeah.
Like wiring a whole house, that's something different. But sure. Like replacing an outlet, switch.
I know how to do it. I did that when
replacing a
we
cable.
moved to the new house. I needed to switch the outlets, and I did that. And I remember you, and I remember my dad like turn off the lights. Did
I tell you about now that you mentioned that electricity switching an outlet? There's one thing that I always remember about your dad when I'm replacing outlets.
Yeah.
It's because something happened with your dad. You remember David, right?
Yes.
And your dad, that was like in the first few months that your dad started working there.
Mm-hmm.
And you know how your dad, he gets scared. Like if you scare him, he's really easy person to scare.
Well, sometimes yes.
And unless he changed a little bit in the last few years, but when he worked with me, he was so easy for us to scare him. And David knew about it. Okay. And I remember that day that I already know how to put an outlet.
Yeah.
And I already knew how to replace it. And it was your dad, David, and me. And David was like, "Come here, I'm going to show you how to your dad.
Yeah.
I'm going to show you how to put an outlet."
How to replace it.
And I was like, "I already know how to do it." She's like, "Don't worry about it. Get over here." I'm like, "Okay." So the three of us are sitting, on the carpet. David starts taking out the outlet, and we, how to take off the outlet.
Yes.
You have to turn off the breaker.
Correct.
And David turned off the breaker. Actually, I think it was your dad that turned off the breaker.
Okay.
Yeah, it was your dad because he was teaching him how to do that.
Okay.
All right, so, David liked to do a lot of jokes.
Yeah.
So, your dad wasn't, let's say, on the right side, or was on the left. David was in the middle.
Yeah.
David started taking out the outlet. Okay, and we're like paying attention, we're like really good kids looking at him doing it.
Yeah, like how.
And all of a sudden, David starts screaming. And your dad
like to joke around. Yeah.
And we knew that your dad. I already knew that your dad gets scared real easy.
Yes. Yeah.
And David starts laughing because he was scaring your dad.
Yeah.
Me, I don't get scared that easy, but I was like looking at David like, "What are you doing?" And your dad got scared, and I'm like, "David, stop it! You know how he gets scared.
Yeah.
You almost give him a heart attack.
Yeah.
I'm like, "David, you know how he is," and David, starts laughing. Like, really loud.
Being so humble
I wouldn't say that.
He is.
No, but keeps me busy. Kids keep me busy.
Oh yeah, no, yeah. You got 3 kids just like us.
Yeah.
So I know it's a handful when it comes to.
Oh yeah. Especially with the older ones,
Ooh,
so my daughter's starting to drive now.
Have a teenager.
Yeah.
We're gonna talk about that a little bit. And I believe the middle child, if I can say his name, Gio.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
He is 13.
Yeah, 13. Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
So
13.
2 teenagers.
Yeah, 2 teenagers at home. It's
So we'll talk about that in a little bit, guys. But first, like I said, I don't want to say we met, right? Because you're my cousin. I want to say, I was in Mexico for some time when I was a child.
Yep.
And the only people that I knew, it was just my grandparents, right? But I was able to see you guys.
Yeah, usually
cousins that came by.
Yeah, it was usually just us because we would go on the regular. Yep. Back then, we would go every year. Remember?
No, yeah,
we'd,
I remember.
We'd go
every
year.
Yeah.
And then we were out there for maybe I want to say a year that we spent out there. A whole year.
You actually went to school with me.
Yeah, and we went to 1 year in school. I think it was I think you were 2nd and I was in 4th or something like that. But it was 1 year. And let me tell you, this kid was very quiet. Very good. He's not the guy I know now.
It is. That's what I've been telling everybody. I was a shy, quiet kid. I'm not. Yep. I'm so surprised of myself that I'm doing these videos. And just being out there.
Definitely not the person from back in the day.
I mean, even when I got back to the United States, I was still shy. you know, and you guys were like, hey, vente a jugar, vente a jugar.
Oh, I remember, yeah.
Yo ahí con mis pinches, con mis moños.
Sí. Y luego tu papá, ¿no? Todo el tiempo. Vete, mijo, vete con tus primos. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It's not like I didn't know you.
No.
I didn't.
Yeah, right.
I was just shy.
Es nada más agarrar confianza, ¿eh?
No, sí. Y ahí
forget about it.
Me acuerdo, though, que cuando you guys were over there, we did a little tea house, like a house behind the house. Behind
your
our
house?
Yeah. Do you remember that? Or was that Pedro?
That was in Mexico, right?
Yeah, that was in Mexico. I remember that, and then we were also gave candy.
Oh yeah, I remember that. So su dad tenía una tiendita, and we were young, and pues teníamos todo lo que queríamos ahí en esa tiendita. Dulces, Hershey's, ¿te acuerdas de los Hershey's?
Creo que le debemos a mi papá un montón de dinero, bro.
Las maquinitas, tenía maquinitas. It was, so much fun. Fun.
What was the best part of going over there? Besides, taking stuff from my parents' store. Just being in Mexico when you were a kid.
When I was a kid, it's just la libertad. La libertad que no tenías aquí. Mm-hmm. Te ibas a la tiendita, salías a caminar, andabas, con los demás, chamacos allá,
Yeah.
You were there.
Yeah.
It's just more freedom, I feel like, in Mexico.
See, my thing, for me, it was a little different because I was shy and I didn't do the same things that you did, right?
Right.
And tú y tus hermanos pues son más more friendly and outgoing. So outgoing. Thank you in the back. So that's why you guys were like able to do that. But for me, it was a different experience.
And at the same time, you were younger too, right? I mean, if I remember correctly, you were what when you guys came back?
I was 10.
You were 10, yeah. So see, well, nah.
I mean, how old were you when we were there? I think you were like 7.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, we were. Yeah,
7, and I was like maybe 5. Maybe 5 or 6.
But
no, because you're older than me. How old are you now? You don't want to say it, cut.
34.
See, there you go. I'm 32.
Yeah,
2 years apart. So
yeah.
2 years apart. So yeah, you probably were like 8, and I was like maybe 6.
Yeah.
So that makes sense.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, we have fun, and I totally understand now when I went back to Mexico, and I don't go to Mexico a lot, right? But with the time that I went, after 18 years, bro, 18 years that I can understand the difference from here and over there.
Oh yeah,
and
the freedom. I feel like it's la libertad de que, andas como si nada, you know what I mean? Nice weather, no estás encerrado como aquí. I feel like, especially these 2 months, like, January, February, it's like so depressing here,
Oh, yeah, it is.
It's depressing just because, no sale el sol a veces, and it's like...
Y luego si sale el sol, but you think it's warm.
Yeah, no, y está bien frío. Yeah, you can't really do anything.
But over there, it's usually over 70, 80 degrees.
Oh,
most of the time,
constant.
Nice. Yep. But yeah, I remember those times. And then when we got here, like I said, I was shy, and you guys were trying to
get you out of your little nutshell.
My comfort zone and my shell and everything.
And look at you now.
I mean, look at me now. I'm flying. Let me be a... ¿Cómo se dice esa película?
Butterfly.
Let me be a
Salió de
goose.
su cocoon.
No, there's a movie. Let me be a peacock.
Ándale.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
sí.
What is
the movie? You don't know the movies. You don't know movies. You're lying to the people.
I know exactly what he's talking about.
People just subscribe right now because you're lying.
He's putting me on the spot.
Oh my god. I don't even know the movie, but you guys know what I'm talking about, right?
He doesn't even know.
It's with Will Ferrell and Mark Wahlberg. Step Brothers? No.
Oh yeah, you're talking about
like they're cops, but they're like.
Yeah.
Let me know down below what movie that is, because I totally forgot. But anyways,
Searching Hutch? No.
No. Man, if we were doing movie reviews,
forget about it. No, we're not gonna get it.
We're not gonna do this. I want to tell you something. Like, definitely, you can put a pausa, but at the same time, you're saying that you love your job. Because I used to say, oh, look, man, AMC is everything, right? Pero es un trabajo que te botan and that's it. You know what I'm saying?
That's something you always have to.
You always have to have that backup plan, but this is my hobby, my YouTube hobby and everything, but I want this to be my lifestyle.
And honestly, like, for me becoming a hairstylist, it's not like I wanted to be. It just comes from the family. My grandpa started everything. Was a barber.
Yeah.
I know, it's in heaven. And then my aunt kept it going, and my cousins, they just didn't want to do it. But I feel like we have that as a gift. Like, you know, my brother started it, and he didn't want to do it either. And I was like, you're just gonna learn, you're just gonna do it. But how? Like, how am I gonna learn how to cut hair? Like, I don't know. I'm like, it's just in you. And he didn't believe me. And then he's like, fine, like, I'll go for it. And now he's in the, like, he works in a barbershop. Yeah. It's good. He's doing pretty good. He has his clientele. And my people that used to go with me now goes with him, which is pretty cool seeing him grow as a barber. But for me, I feel like it's not something I went to learn. It was just gifted to me. Obviously, just perfected the like how to cut hair and everything. That was a whole different thing. But it wasn't hard for me, you know, like to cut hair. And Maria even knows this. When we used to be in the cosmetology, it just happened. Like I was already doing this. What's it called? Highlights, color, haircut. Yeah. And I remember Miss Logan. She was like the best cosmetology teacher. She's like, oh, like, how do you know this? And I'm like, I just know, you know, like my aunt.
Yeah, like you have it in your blood, into sangre.
Who took me to her work, and she just like let me that freedom of like, okay, if you like this, go ahead. And then she would make me go and wash their clients' hair, broom her station, sanitize it, and like she used to cut the hair. I would just stare at her, like, you know, look at her like, oh, like what is she doing, and then ask questions, and it just came. So when I went to cosmetology, I was like, oh, I know how to do this. Like, I know what the 90-degree angle haircut or 45 or blonde haircut. And the blonde, like many of the girls didn't know how to do. And I was helping the teacher, like, how to, like, do it and
You were the teacher then?
Yeah, and I was helping them. And they're like, do you know, like, were you doing this before? I'm like, no, my aunt. But it was the thing, like, whoever started it was my grandpa.
Yeah. So. Then why don't you follow the legacy then? Like,
I am,
you know,
but
you're telling me that you put in a pause.
It is. I
mean, time passes.
And time tells. You know? Your actions will.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Tell, so I can't really explain to you until
it happens. Yeah. Okay. I mean, if
a lot is coming, so
a lot is coming. We'll probably do a blog when that happens. How about that?
See?
Hey,
we'll probably be doing the blog in. My spot. You just never know.
Season what? Probably soon. I don't want to say what
5
season.
5 years. Just kidding.
55.
Stay tuned.
You stay tuned for that blog of that season here in the Conversaycion Podcast. But that's so interesting. I didn't know about that. See?
Yeah, sometimes you just have to work in silence and things flow, things work out.
Yeah.
And you don't have to explain nothing to no one. You know.
It's true.
Just work. Let it happen. And then if they ask why.
Yeah. And that's true. I mean, even though like I asked you like why. Exactly. Yeah. Actions speak louder, right? So even though you're not saying anything, you're not showing anything to anybody, it doesn't matter. If you're showing progress in your own actions, that's what matters.
That's how I taught Maria when we were younger. Oh my God. I remember one thing, me and her were crying in the bathroom.
What is it?
Another topic.
Let's go with that topic.
That's another topic.
You know my wife for some time though. How long have you guys met?
2008.
Nada.
We met. We didn't start right, did we?
You guys used to fight?
Not me. It was my group that I was with.
Yeah.
And then kind of like, cause we were all in one. It was a whole group. Like it was Mandalay, Round Lake.
Yeah.
Wakanda, and I don't know who else, but we were just in one group. And we were doing hair, and then I don't know what happened. She was close to me, and then out of nowhere, she was like at the end of like the table. I'm like, what's going on? And then I had to like divide it myself and kind of make a choice. And I stayed with Maria. I was like,
yeah. But isn't that crazy though? Like you gotta make not a sacrifice or choose between friends. Isn't that weird that happens to you in your life? Because that happens to me too.
No, because it wasn't just fair what happened to her. So I always go with fairness. So I just stick with them, and then I identify myself more with them. You know, so it's like we were like less paisitas. And we were just in like we were Miss Logan Hogan or Logan?
Hogan.
Favorite students.
Okay.
And then that's when the little thing started. But no, I end up being friends with them. I still talk to them, like, you know.
Yeah.
It wasn't my issue, it was their issue, and that's kind of let them know. And then when they will talk, I would like, just like I don't want her talking bad things about you. I don't want you to, you know.
Yeah.
I just don't want to be in between. You guys deal with it.
Yeah.
And yeah, I was talking to both of them actually.
Yeah.
Right.
And just trying to I'm telling you, but that's hard though.
Yeah.
You know, when you're trying to, like, I don't know, where you hear that name, you're like, you know what, stop. I gotta walk away. Vacation. Summer vacation, or some other family came by. It was fun.
Yeah, my aunt.
My aunt. Yeah. You guys haven't checked Jessie World. We did a blog when she came by. She hasn't come by for, ¿qué? Unos 5 años?
Since Fabian was... No, not even. When my grandma came. Well, Fabian... You can say 4 years because I was pregnant with Adeline.
Okay, 4 years. But still, it's 4 years. Yeah, I guess it's not 18 when you went to Mexico. Yeah. But it was 4 or 5 years.
It was the first time meeting my cousins.
Yeah, I never met them.
So. I had never met them either. I met the oldest, like their brother.
So you were really good friends with your brothers?
Huh?
No, sorry, I got that wrong.
No, like
you were.
They're 4, right?
They're 4.
I only know the oldest ones, the 2 older ones.
Right.
The 2 younger ones, we never met them in person, just pictures.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, and then your mom got a really big surprise.
Yeah, and I learned my lesson not to surprise.
She freaked out. I think her blood sugar just went down.
Went up her blood, because she suffers from blood pressure.
Yeah.
So high blood pressure. So
that was low.
No, it's high. But yeah, so I was like, I'm never surprising her again.
She came by. I didn't record this, because I wanted to have like their own moment, their own family moment.
Yeah.
Sometimes I respect those things. But yeah, she came by. She kind of like, she was freaking out, like, oh my god, my sister's here. But then you get it, it hits you right away.
Like she knew.
And she just sat down. She was just like, she was pale too.
I know. I was like, oh my god.
Good job. You killed your mom.
No.
Unbelievable.
No, I mean, she already knew that she was coming, but she just never expected it was going to be that day.
Yeah. And it was awesome because the Tia Cleme, she was like, hey, let's get the tickets. Let's go to Chicago, visit the family.
My cousin got the tickets.
Yeah. We got mosquitoes in the house. So yeah, shout out to also Chris and Alex. They came by. They loved the town. They loved Chicago. We went to the tower. I wish we can do a couple more things, right? But time wasn't on our part. So hopefully, next time we'll go to California. We'll do a couple things over there. Maybe then come back another time here. We'll do more things in the winter.
No, they still have to come in the winter.
Yeah,
they really wanna.
You interrupted me.
Come on, sorry.
I was right. Don't you know that?
No. I'm happy that you're starting back with the podcast.
Yeah, no, it's been taking a while. Last time I talked to you guys, I think I said I'm gonna focus on Jessie World, right? And I did pretty well. We reached about 2,500 people.
Nice.
Congratulations to myself, right? Thank you. I'm proud of myself too. It's a journey. It's been a journey. It's a struggle.
Yeah.
I think, what is it, 5-6 years in YouTube maybe now. So little by little I'm growing. We'll see where it goes. I don't know. I have no clue what's gonna happen. I don't know how, but people are viewing. New things are coming up in YouTube. Right now you can do shorts. You can get paid for that.
Everything is...
You can go on Facebook. You can get paid for reels. Like Instagram, TikTok is great right now. It's crazy. It's popping everything. The algorithm is just insane though in there. So you just gotta be an expert, and do all the trends that are out there.
Yeah.
It's hard. It's hard to be a social media creator. But if you like doing what you're doing, keep going. Don't forget that you're not the only one. Get ideas from anywhere. You want to be original, but you can get ideas from some other people, and then just doing yourself. Just change a couple things here and there. Know your niche. Your niche. Come on, is it? Your niche. Your niche. Your niche is basically know what your channel's gonna be about.
Oh.
Yeah.
Corta eso, eh?
So know your niche of what your YouTube video is gonna be at. You know, what your YouTube video is gonna be about. Try out different things. That's what I did. I did challenges, food reviews, reactions. Even this podcast is a trial and error. I don't know if it's gonna be only 3 seasons or if it's gonna be 10. I have no clue, you know. But I'm trying everything. Something's gonna hit, right? And I like to interact with people. I like to, I don't know, get out of my bubble, right? Because I'm really preserved of like just me and her or just my kids. I'm blogging here and there. But this gets me to interact with people that I have not talked in one-on-one or maybe 2-on-2. And it's just crazy. I don't do that. So, I don't know. You know, it's just people that, it could be friends. It could be people that I know, people that I never met. And it gets me out of the bubble. So, we'll see what happens with the podcast. But I do encourage you, if you are passionate about being a creator, go for it. Don't let yourself stop. Create just one video, and little by little you'll learn little things. I might do a video about that. How to start your first video. And all you need is your phone, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've been doing my phone. I've been posting on my phone
since
I started. Like recently, just apenas. I bought a camera, right? My laptop, I've been using a couple softwares. But most of the part is just my phone. And just because I'm usually at work. And it's easier at night times, like real quick. Obviously, quality matters. And little by little, I'm getting better. It's just hard. Having a family, kids.
You're regretting it now or what?
No. Oh my god, I'm not saying that. We're gonna fight right here?
Doctor Strange. It was talking about if you had a dream, that dream was actually happening to somebody else or your other self, right? In another universe.
Yeah.
Do you think that's real? Because I don't think that's real. I think that's something that's going to happen to you later down the line. It's like a deja vu thing.
Right.
It has happened to me a couple times.
Yeah, deja vu is so crazy. I mean, did I tell you about the lady who I used to see in my dreams?
Nope.
So, okay. It's going to get weird.
Let's go. We're eventually going to the ghost stories.
Yeah. Well, there was this lady that I used to dream about, and it was always when something, like, really bad happened, was, like, about to happen in my life. And she was like,
oh yeah, you have told me.
She was
I think you were
old.
telling me about, you told him, and you were telling me about
yeah. And she's like completely stretched out, but like not proportionate stretched out.
Yeah.
Like she looks fucking creepy and she has no face, but her like skin is like super wrinkly and like textured.
Okay.
And like, oh my God, she's terrifying. She has like white curly hair, but she always just like laughs at me. And like tells me that she's like gonna take everything away, and that's like how I knew something like bad was gonna happen. And there was a while where I was like, I don't know if she's like good or bad, because like she's kind of like is warning me like in her own like fucked up way. Like she's cussing at me. Like, at least I know like what's coming up. But like that's like sometimes I would wake up and I would feel like something with the house is gonna happen, or like something with my family is gonna happen, like that deja vu. Like I'm ready for it, but it always happens like when I dream about her.
Interesting.
So like,
has that happened recently?
Not for a while. I think the last time I saw her was when I was in Mississippi, because I actually got evicted from my house in Mississippi. It was a huge thing, and I dropped out of school. I just like completely like. I don't know. It was rough back then. And I saw her and she was like, I got real close to her and I like tried to grab her and like I felt like my hands were on fire, like burning. And like it's so weird because like I felt like I could actually like feel her,
touch her.
Yeah, like when she was.
You like remember like a smell that she had, maybe like a rotten thing or like something that you.
Not a smell, but I could like the thought of her voice, like I could still feel that.
What did she say?
Well, she was.
Cordova.
No, it was just like she would laugh at me and she'd be like, "Oh, I'm gonna take everything away from me. You think you're safe, like." I'm always going to be here watching, like that kind of thing. But like you could feel her voice like on your skin.
Okay.
And it's the only really like vivid dream that I would ever have would be her. So I do think that dreams are like an insight to what's going to happen or
something might happen.
Yeah.
Or like a prediction, or like beware of this could happen, or be cautious, something like that.
Because people get normal deja vu where they're like do something and like hang out with someone. They're like, I literally just dreamed about this 2 years ago.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, it's like,
and it could be something simple or something specific that you're like, I remember this thing. You know,
like got an A on a test, like dreamt about it years ago.
Yeah, for me it's usually roads I've been into. Like you know, I'm like, I just remember this, like this road at this moment with my clothes, like everything specifically, and I was just there already.
That's crazy.
But that's the thing, like dreams could be real, or the deja vu could be like,
or like a spiritual thing.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Well, yeah, I guess spiritual. But also, I mean, have you had something like somebody come in your dreams, like a good spirit, or anything like that, or dreams?
I always think, because I actually have a sister who passed away so my older sibling Keegan was a twin.
All right.
And they were like, I think 3 months premature when they were born. So I think they were supposed to be born in December, but got born in October.
Okay.
Or maybe January, something. But she passed away because her lungs weren't developed. But I feel like, for me at least, like that is my good spirit. Yeah. Like that's out there, like guardian angel. Same with like my Uncle Lalo. Like I feel like those connections that we have to people are what bring like the good in our life.
Yeah.
You know?
Do you think those spirits are stopping the bad spirits from entering? And right now, like you're settled.
Yeah.
And they're kind of like stopping that.
I hope so. I don't know what the fuck you're doing if you're not.
Bro, are you like just resting out there?
Right.
I think so, you know, because my grandparents passed away several years ago, and I dreamt of about my grandpa. You know, he came by and was like, hey, take care of your mom, you know. And that day, like the next day, I went to her, like I hugged her, and we had some breakfast and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But he was like basically saying goodbye and stuff like that. But anytime like something's happening in my life, or something like I'm going through a depression or something like that,
they always pop up.
I'm almost thinking about them, and it's just weird, right?
Yeah.
Because they just, I don't know, where they just come up in my mind.
Yeah.
And I'm like, hey, just take care of me.
Right.
Or hopefully just take care of my kids if they're sick, or you know, some bad buju stuff happens. And I'm like, hey, grandma, get her. Because my grandma was like a badass back in the day. So I'm always thinking of them.
Yeah.
You know? But
absolutely. My brother told me, he like came over to my house one time, and Justice can vouch for this too, when he like was freaking out. He was like, listen, like I had a dream and I met Luisa, that's our sister.
Yeah.
And Luisa died when she was a baby. So I was like, what do you mean you dreamt of Luisa? Like you dreamt of a baby? And she was like, no, like it was this person. And she said that she's watching us and she loves us. Okay. And that she like sees everything, but she has to go now. And like the dream ended, and my brother like woke up like screaming, and my dad came into his bedroom and was just like, Julian, like I thought you were like choking. Like, I guess he was like grunting in his sleep or something, but he was like, no, like I saw her, like I felt her, like I could smell her.
Why not spicy jerky, spicy wings, spicy sauce only, like just sell it out, you know?
I know. I mean I like candy and I love chamoy. Yeah. But I liked chamoy on my ice cream. Like my
Whoa, time off. Flag over plate. Yeah. Ice cream? Have you ever had that?
Like yeah.
Well, that's mangonilla. Okay, you said ice cream. I thought vanilla and chamoy.
No, like lime, you know, ice cream, or like mango, or I mean, I put it over, you know, the one that's chocolate, vanilla, and strawberry. It's the combo.
But see, now you lost
me. So
on
chamoy,
you said
right?
Chocolate.
Yeah, just try it. Like you can't knock it until you try it.
I don't know.
But that's that's how it started. And then I was like, you know, like I was on TikTok all the time. Yeah. And I saw people putting it on candy. Yeah. So then I was like, oh, you know,
why not?
Why not? Yeah. But the chamoy, it was just like not flavorful. Like there just needed to be more flavor in the chamoy.
A little stale.
You know? Yeah.
Like, I need
so that's when I like tweaked the whole chamoy.
Okay.
And made my own sauce, And then, it's all out there. Like Pika Pika does it,
I was going to tell you have other competitors out there.
Yeah, I mean, it's everywhere. And I mean, Pika Pika is really good, but sometimes it would be way too hot for me.
Okay.
So I'm like, well, what about the people that
enjoy the candy, but it's not
it's
too spicy.
Yeah, I'm like, there's people that have taste buds like me that like it more sweeter,
So you made your own sauce to make sure that it's not too spicy but flavorful. Okay.
Right.
Have you ever tried any other, variety of candy that's spicy also besides Pika Pika?
Yeah, I've tried all the local small businesses around here, especially when we do the pop-up events. We have a lot of people that sell the chamoy candies too. So I've had a lot of chamoys and they're amazing. There's a lot of good chamoys out there. Everybody's onto.
Do you guys compare? Sorry. When you do the pop-ups, like you said, do you guys compare candy and like your competitor comes by? I'm like, hey, let me buy one and let me see what they taste. And do you do the same? Because I would be like, let me see what they taste and let me try my candy. And be like, you know what? I think my candy's still good.
Right. Yeah. Like, I mean, I don't want to answer that directly.
I mean, why not? It's like, hey, I'm gonna watch.
I do try other people's, and then I'm like,
do the other one.
Mine. Okay,
Yeah.
Either mine's good or okay. This is what I can change because, I liked what they did. So I'm like, they added this to it. I taste a little bit something in there that I'm like, Valentina's powder. Okay. They added that, so I'm gonna go add that to mine because I liked the way that tasted. Okay. But it's like, I pinned down the flavor of my candy, like how I love the way it tastes.
Yeah.
So it's like I won't change that, So it's like when I taste all these other candies out there, I'm like, this is lack thereof. Like they should, but it's like, I don't want to guide them in the right direction.
I was gonna say that.
Then I could potentially be losing my customers.
That is true, but don't you want to be like a win-win situation? Like they're winning,
you're
winning.
But you have to put in the work and you got to figure it out.
Yeah.
I was up all nights trying to get the flavor and listen to the customers, Customer feedback is the most important feedback.
What is the worst comment
that I've gotten? I know, right? Like it's too sour.
It's too sour?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that was the first.
That's what affected me the most. Okay. And I was like, what? Like it's too sour. Yeah. Like
for me, the ones that are really sour is when I try the chamoy. I don't know the bottle of chamoy like this. That one's like a little bitter.
Yeah.
I tried other ones. My wife buys. I don't know. I wish.
Oh my God! There's so many chamoys.
There's so many chamoys that we try.
Miguel one.
Miguelito? No, Miguel. Which one is the one we buy in Wisconsin?
It's like an enchilada. It's like thicker.
It's thick. It was for like a beer.
I use a ton of different chamoys.
It's just like that one's so good. I was like, oh my God.
Yeah. So if you put in the work and then you'll get it. Yeah. But if you're just sitting there like asking for the answers, how are you going to be better?
That's true.
So it's like, listen to your customer feedback. I give out a lot of samples too. Like I would give like samples to anybody and be like, hey, like this is what I make. Try it. Tell me what you don't like and what you do like. Yeah. And that's kind of how I started. And I would listen to that. I would take that and then be like, okay, it's too sweet. So let me take out, the sweetness, or let me add more spice to it that balances out the sweetness, because I ain't no chef. I didn't go. I don't know.
Right, I mean, when you're trying to create something, it's trial and error.
Yeah, it's like, grandma's recipe. A little bit of this, a little bit of that, Let's make it like that.
Oh, when I started cooking just for myself, I'm like, I'm going to add some salt, some pepper, and then I don't know where I come, let me put paprika or whatever I had in the kitchen. And little by little, I got better, depending on the food, right?
Yeah.
But, it's just a try and error.
Exactly.
So you got to try it, guys.
You got to put in the work.
Put in the work.
And do the research.
She's not going to tell you the secrets.
I'm not. And a lot of people would come to me and be like, oh, what should I do about my prices? What should I do about this? Or, and I
think prices you can discuss, maybe, right? I mean, at the same time,
but it's like,
they're looking at the prices that you're putting out.
Right. So. Go do your research. Like, look up Pika Pika, see what they sell. Look up your local dulce enchilado maker and see what they sell it for. Yeah. And, come up. This is your business. Yeah. You get to create your own everything. Yeah. Like, if you want to charge more for gushers, charge more for gushers.
Studio on 2017, right? What were some obstacles that you encountered when that happened?
So the main obstacle was my age, I would say. That a lot of people, for me, it was never an obstacle, really. But for people, they view it as you're young. I was 22. Okay. I believe 22. Yeah, I was 22 when I opened up the dance studio. So when I try to reach out, I remember reaching out to the mayor in Waukegan around that time, like, hey, I was born and raised here in Waukegan. I want to bring something to the community. I see a lot of talent, especially in our Latinos. I'm like, there's a lot of talented kids. There's a lot of talented teens. They need those resources. They need, to have something like that, because in Waukegan, at the time, the only dance studio there was I believe like part of like the YMCA, or they used to have like a YMCA. Okay.
But that's nothing like.
But even that wasn't very structured. Right. I mean, not to diminish, whatever they were doing it there, but it just wasn't like something that like I saw that was like year round or like structured, or that kids can actually come and get educated, not just learn dance moves, but also learn, just like leave. Learn like not just technique, but also like where dance comes from, like pretty much like a dance education versus just.
That's what I was gonna ask you. Yeah. Do you educate each member of your
team? So at the studio, what I do there, we don't just teach dance moves. We try. I speak in plural because it's like a team. I consider us a team there, even though I'm the main instructor, but I try to teach them like the history of dance, the names of the moves that they're doing, especially once it comes to ballet class. I tell them, if you ever go to a dance audition, you're not just going to show up and do moves, especially like for like a ballet or something. You pretty much get in the room and they tell you, okay, the first thing we're going to do at the bar is 2 pliés into a tendu, and at that point, if you don't know what that means, I have no clue. They don't even look at you. You're just like already out. So part of that, it's like, okay, if you're gonna be a great dancer, then you also have to know the history, or like what you're doing, not just throw in and do movement. Yeah
That makes a lot of sense. I have no clue any of those words are. But I guess as an artist, you have to learn or know what you're doing and where's it coming from, right? So it's amazing that you're doing that to your students or people that come by and be like, hey, I want to learn this. But you said something about your age. So they didn't want you to give you the building?
Yeah.
Or because you were 22.
Yeah. So the thing with the age was that I think that at least the people that I reached out to, like I said, going back to that about sending a letter to the mayor to tell him that I wanted to do this in the community and all that. So I never got a response, and I like personally went to the office. It's not even the mayor.
No, that's what happens to you, mayor.
Ya fue hace tiempo. Pero sí, so because of, I don't know if it was maybe like the age or maybe just, I even think now, like, did they even open the letter? Like, because I went to the office and like personally like gave it to them. Yeah. So but even that, like, a lot of people will be like, oh, I want to open up like like a dance studio. I think it would be nice, like they'd be like, wait, but don't you think it's too soon, or you're just 22? And even the whole building thing, they're like, the person that first rented me the building, they're like, well, how do we know that you're gonna keep up with the payment? Like, you're this age, like everyone that has been in business, like the first 2-3 years, like it doesn't work out, or like just like comments like that I say this confidently. I knew that I was gonna make it. So
you were determined to be like,
so that I know I can
put the hard work and I'm gonna pay you.
So that wasn't something that I got scared about, but then also something that like my mom always like instilled in me was that you never know if things are gonna work unless you go for it. So that was that's always been my thing. Okay, like if I don't try it, then I'm gonna end up like regretting it, or later on thinking like, oh, I could have.
Yes.
So I just went for it, and
that's a great mentality, because I tell that to especially my oldest, Eric. He wants to try things. I'm like, might as well do it. If you get neglected because of whatever reason, at least you try. You didn't say, oh, I didn't make it because I didn't never try. And now he's a male cheerleader right now.
Nice.
He's in band. He wants to be volleyball, but he can't do everything. He's in drama. So he's in getting himself involved with a lot of things. You know, and we are so proud of him.
That's awesome.
So, and that's just one. We still got the other two, and we'll see what happens with those two eventually. But yeah, determination is what will get you into it, Let's talk about a little about your family. How did they take this? Like, okay, Mom, I'm going to determine that I'm going to be dancing. I'm going to put my studio. This is going to be my career from now on. Were they scared? Were they supportive? What happened there?
So, I mean, that's one thing that I'm very thankful for my family, because they've been supportive since day one, especially my mom.
Okay.
My mom has always been supportive. She's always been the one to say, do it, push yourself. How can I help you get there? What can we do? What can your sisters and I do to help you? They're like my backbone in everything that I do, and they're also the reason why I want to do even more, the reason why I want to be successful, just because, to mainly my mom, to care for my mom, because I know she's done a lot for us. So it's like the one thing that I can do is pay her back by just, doing the best that I can be, being the best version of myself. So so my family has definitely always been very, very helpful. It was never are you sure?
Yeah, like
it was
other
always
careers.
No, never. It was always just like, okay, go for it.